So all praise is to Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. He is the one to whom all the best names belong to. He neither begets nor begotten. He is the Lord of the worlds, the owner of the day of judgment. O Allah, all praises are for you. You are the light of the heavens and the earth. All praises are for you. You are the keeper of the heavens and the earth. All praises are for you. You are the Lord of the heavens and the earth and whatever is therein. You are the one who we worship and the one we ask for help. You are the best of disposers and sufficient for us. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ya mukhallib al-khulub tabbit qalbi ala dinik. So, title session ka hai Transformation this Ramadan. So, why is Ramadan so important, right? All we all know, but again, I just want to reiterate that. So, in the Quran, Al-Qadr, this ayah that says, "Verily, we have sent it, this Quran, down in the night of Al-Qadr, the decree." And what will make you know what the night of Al-Qadr decree is? The night of Al-Qadr is better than 1,000 months of worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therein descends the angels and the ruh by Allah's permission with all decrees. All that night there is peace and goodness from Allah to his believing slaves until the appearance of dawn. So there is two scholarly things in this. One say that the Quran was kept in his Lohe Mahfuz, the treasure under the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it was taken from that throne, from that Lohe Mahfuz, and brought down to the sky, to the heavens. And after that, it was slowly revealed to our Prophet ﷺ over the span of 23 years. The other angle is this is the day when the first wahi to our Prophet ﷺ was revealed. That is the surah, the 6th ayat of Surah Al-Alaq. So, dono hai, but again, this is a month where the Quran was revealed. So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this month extremely blessed. So, He's made this month so blessed that He basically has, there's a narration that says, all the gates of hell have been closed and all the gates of heaven have been opened up. Did I lose my screen? I think I did. Okay, so all the gates of heaven are open and all the gates of hell are closed. The month of Ramadan is like an open treasure box. Take all that we can. So Allah's blessings are enormous, and this is a month that we can literally leverage to take whatever we can in terms of Allah's blessings. There's a narration by Anas ibn Malik that says Ramadan approached. So the Messenger of Allah said, "This month has come to you, and in it there is a night that is better than 1,000 months. Whoever is deprived of it is deprived of all goodness. And no one is deprived of its goodness except the one who is truly deprived." In another narration, the Messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the 5 daily prayers, Jummah to Jummah and Ramadan to Ramadan, expiate for the sins in between them, so long as one stays away from the major sins. So what do Muslims do in the month of Ramadan, right? Hota kya? We have the month of Shaban, usse pehle we have Rajab, Shaban, then Ramadan. So what happens? Ramadan aate hi, people start to basically stop whatever they're doing in this world and start to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They refrain from eating and fasting to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We all try to spend and dedicate so that we can spend the 5 daily prayers. We are more cognizant of the prayers ताकि हम नमाज पढ़ सके. हमारे दुआएं लंबी होती हैं. We try to do long duas. Many of us go and do tarawis. We go to Taraweeh, we perform Taraweeh, kabhi koi 8, koi 12, koi 20. Some stay up to do Tahajjud. वो month में people stay up and do Tahajjud. Many of us give charity, zakat. We tend to give more money out in the month of Ramadan. We do zakat. Many of us do our obligations of zakat in the month of Ramadan. Many try to complete the Quran. Some try to do it one time, some try to do it many times. But it's all about trying to gain Allah's rewards in this month. Many of us, we stop watching movies, listening to music, and we try to stay away from ghibat, from slandering, from jhoot, from lying, from loose talk. Why? Because it's the month of Ramadan. And obviously, when the last 10 nights come, especially on the alternate nights, we're all trying to stay up and do extra zikr, extra namaz, extra ibadah, ताकि we can get the benefits of the Laylatul Qadr. But as the month comes to an end, we are all back to square one where we started off. The next day, Eid ka din, many of us missed the Fajr namaz because we are partying too late on the Eid. And again, the Eid khatam hoti, TV shuru hata, movie shuru hate, गाने शुरू हुआते, everybody is back to square one, right? तो जितना month में करना है आप कर लिए, but then again you're back to square one, right? But the whole point of transformation is not just leveraging the Ramadan to gain the rewards. Ramadan is a month where we truly have to transform, and our goal needs to be that this Ramadan we are going to change our way of life, right? Not just Ramadan में इबादत कर लिए, Ramadan खत्म होते ही back to शैतानियत, right? That's not what Ramadan is meant to be. Ramadan, yes, that is definitely a thing that we have to do. We have to do extra ibadah to get the extra rewards, right? But once Ramadan is over, we have to carry those deeds forward. That's all Ramadan is meant is to do, is to help us gain that momentum in our life, right? Taki when Ramadan is over, we continue doing the ibadah and the changes we have made to our life. Yes, we may not be able to spend that much time doing the Quran, doing the ibadah, doing tahajjud, but we should make it a point that we continue on with it, right? So scholars say, again, there is no indications that Allah has accepted your deeds. Indications both, but scholars say there are few indications that we can take from our habits that show if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has accepted your Ramadan or your ibadah. Again, there is no true knowledge, only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that. But again, there's only indications, right? So what the scholars say is if we continue doing what we did in Ramadan, or we have changed our way of life. So let's say Ramadan se pehle aap Quran padhte the only once in a month or once in weekend and all that. Ramadan khatam hone ke baad aap Ramadan you continue the Quran reading every day. Every day you spend one hour or half an hour doing the Quran. You are more dedicated to your prayers. You give the charity that you give in Ramadan, not the same, but you continue doing more charity. You show a better character across to other people. आपका जो इखलाक है, आपके जो मैनरिज्म है, आपके जो intentions है are more clean. The month of Ramadan finishes. These are all indications that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may have accepted our Ramadan from us, right? It's all about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the ability to do ibadah in Ramadan. Again, it is up for us to do what best we can, and Allah se ye dua karna hai कि Allah, please accept from us our ibadah, right? Because हम जो ibadah कर रहे हैं purely with Allah's will. So again, we always come down to this कि whatever is Allah is, हम जो बैठ के our time that we spent in Ramadan in praising Allah, in doing ibadah of Allah, is through Allah's blessing and Allah's hidayah. So we should always do dua to Allah, कि Allah accept from us what we have done, So now the question comes is, how do we transform, right? What does transformation mean? What are the steps that we need to take to transform? Um, Acts to kar lete, we do the acts, but once Ramadan is over, we are back to square one. How do we continue? What are the intentions that we need to make? What is that we need to do in Ramadan that will help us carry this forward, right? So अब हम लोग बोलते हमको we have obligations, we have to perform Hajj, we have to perform the namaz, we have to read the Quran. There's one thing that's called we have to, the one thing that is we want to, there's a very fine line, right? We have to, yes, we have to, but we want to is what should be our niyat. The niyat should be we want to do it. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with the best of creation. He's given us so many nemas, so many blessings. We have to, we want to thank Allah, right? That is the intention that we have to sort of think about, right? Not of anything else. Our intention should be that we want to do it to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We want to do this, we want to do this extra ibadah ताकि Allah हमसे खुश हो. Not because we have to. Yes, we have to. That is an obligation on us. But have to or want to may, that is what we have to understand. So the whole thing comes down to the experience. We want to experience the Ramadan. We want to experience it through our soul. हमारा जो soul है, it has to experience that whole blessing. The first and the most important thing that we have to understand is the month of Ramadan is a blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us, right? It's a chance that you're living through it. We had a chance to live through it last year. We have a chance to do it this year, if Allah wills, right? But that is in itself a very big blessing that Allah has given us a chance to actually live through Ramadan. Because the month of Ramadan is so blessed that whatever we do in the sake of Allah, Allah multiplies it with multiple extra deeds, right? So acknowledging that point, that Ramzan is a month that Allah has blessed us with, and that we should do what best we can to change our way of life, and not because we have to, because we want to, right? So it's all about the experience. It's all about the khayish आप चाह रहे कि आप अल्लाह के नजदीक आए, right? It's all about us wanting wanting to come close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We want to have this in our heart that we want to come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We want Allah to love us. We want Allah to come close to us. We want to come close to Allah. That's all, and that is what our intention should be, right? So pehla step hai, you prepare for it, right? It's all about preparation. It's like basically saying you have a month that Allah has opened all his doors of rahmah, all his doors of blessing. Take what you can. You want to आप दिन गिनना for it to come ताकि you can start benefiting from it, and not just once it's over, but continue what you have been doing ताकि you actually truly experience and change your life in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And सबसे अच्छा तरीका है starting off with the month of Shaban, right? पहला है आप शाबान के महीने में start to do some fasts. Monday, Thursday, fasting शुरू करो ताकि you can get into the groove of fasting. Try to start reading the Quran right away. Quran की कुछ आयतें पढ़ना शुरू करो. Try to spend some time in Allah's sake. Because if you start putting a habit in yourself, okay, you want to do these things, as time comes on and the Ramzan comes on, you not only do it, but you also have a tendency to carry on with it after Ramadan is over, right? Many of us wait for the first of Ramadan to start. Then we do Taraweeh, we start reading Quran that night. But उससे पहले शुरू करो. उससे पहले, like in the month of Shaban, start off doing things like charity देना है. Start doing charity. Who knows? आप रमजान तक है या नहीं है, इवन वो भी ऑप्शन, मतलब वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग कि वी विल बी इन फॉर रमजान. वी डोंट नो, वी मे नॉट बी एबल टू एक्सपेरियंस रमजान, राइट? So it is the intention कि रमजान आने वाला है and we want to seek it, to start doing it immediately. Steadfast in good deeds. So अगर आपको कुछ नियत दिल में कुछ नियत अच्छी करने की है, do it right away. Don't wait for something to happen to do it, right? Because you never know if you will be able to live for that day to happen. So if you have an intention to do this, do it immediately and start it off right away, right? So that is one thing. Get into this. Ramzan is not only an experience for you yourself. Obviously, it's for you, for your, you have to gain Allah's deeds, but it's an experience for the family. As a man of the house, as the mother of the house, the father of the house, it's up to us to have that experience, that spirit into our family. The family should be looking forward to Ramadan. They should be looking forward कि अरे रमजान आने वाला है. We have to all start doing things for Allah's sake, right? And all that will help not only gain momentum toward the Ramadan, but also carry it forward. So making an experience for the whole family is very important, right? So plan your days out. You know what? We will do Taraweeh. We will try to all go to the masjid for iftar. Yeah, on the weekends we'll do this. On the weekdays we will do this. Every time after Asr we will sit down and do zikr of Allah, right? Again, plan your day out with your family, especially if you have small kids. It's very beneficial to get them involved in the spirit of Ramadan. Decorate your house. Many of us have started to decorate the house to make it more festive for the kids, because again, kids are, especially हमारे जो बच्चे हैं, are used to the Christmas and the Gora and the events of the Western society. Let them experience the events of Ramadan. So decorate your house, make special meals, ताकि the kids love it. And it's all about making it an experience for the family. Now this comes into preparation, right? But हमारा session is not about that. हमारा session is about how do we benefit, how do we transform ourselves, ताकि this Ramzan is the one Ramzan where we truly change our way of life for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What does transformation actually mean? In a sense, it basically means submitting to Allah, right? आप अपने लाइफ में हर चीज कर लिए. It is never too late to go back to Allah in repentance and start to submit to Allah for Allah's sake, right? Sorry, for your sake. आप कर रहे हैं, this is only for your sake, that you want to come close to Allah. You have done whatever you have done in our lives. Now it's time to say, Allah, you know what, Allah, I have done enough in my life. Aj, I want to come to you. I want to submit to you in your cause. I want to be faithful to you. I want to be sincere to you. We have worked so many lessons about taqwa, about iman, about nasiya, about taskiya. And this is all where we start to make the intention. So pehla step, the first step is reflection, right? When you start to reflect on what you have done, then that's when things start off. There's a very interesting question that was asked to one of the imams. Question ये था कि I was born a Hindu, and one day I was given I was listening to a speech, and I listened to this ayat. This ayat really touched me emotionally. So I started to learn about Islam, and then I converted to Islam. So the question that he asked was this a coincidence that Allah, and was this Allah's doing that I became Muslim? So the Imam said beautifully. What he said was that initial guidance was Allah's will, was a way of Allah reaching out to you, right? Allah gave you a hint. Allah basically reached out अपना हाथ आपकी तरफ दिखाया. But then he wanted to see what you would do, and you basically accepted the hand, and you learned, and you seeked knowledge, you seeked guidance, and then Allah guided you, right? If you had not seeked the guidance, then Allah would have said, I give you a chance, but you did not take it. So I'll let you stray. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I will guide who I want to guide, and I will